Well, hello,
Oh,
everybody. Hi, Keith. How are you today on this
oh,
beautiful
the hat.
Wednesday?
I got a haircut. I forgot about the captain's hat.
Keith was just showing his beautiful hair today that he cut now.
I actually got. I got. It's crazy. Yesterday, I got sunburn.
What
I'm
were
not even
you doing?
kidding.
You were
Yeah,
outside?
yeah. I forgot to mention. Like my whole neck is still like burning up. Somehow I got sunburn, but I mean, it's crazy. I mean, we're up here. I got. It was like 70 degrees, 70 something degrees, but in the morning it was like 40.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, so today's our Wednesday show. We are here in the port of Livorno
Which
and
is in Italy, not France, like I said last week. I thought all week was France.
and it's going to be a fun show. I could see it already because I don't know about you, Keith, but a lot of these words I could not pronounce.
Oh,
At least for my
I could
history
tell.
part.
One thing, I mean, I did the best I could do with the news with everybody, but a lot of the news are the websites I went for news were in Italian, so I couldn't do it. So I was like, I I spent about like 2 hours just to find all these articles I have, and it's not a lot of articles because everything was in Italian. So I don't speak Italian.
Right. Yeah, when I was doing the part of the history, there's a lot of like Italian words or pronunciations of names. And this is going to be very interesting, but we're going to plow through, no matter what. So everybody's going to I'm going to have to apologize for right now for maybe I'm going to butcher all these people's names,
Uh,
but it is what it
oh,
is. So right now, I just wanted to say
yeah.
hello to Mama Nancy. She's in the house today. Hi, Miss Joanne. Welcome in. Nice to have you here. Josephine, welcome in. It's always nice to see you guys. Oh, there it is. There she is. She's here. Yay. Miss M. How are you, Emily? Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank, thank you all for coming in. And I got, was it 10 days? Yep, 10 days to my cruise.
Oh my God. So you're
I'm like,
almost tomorrow, you'll be on the
ah,
single digits.
yeah. Well, technically, I am single digits till I go to Miami. So,
That is true. That is true. That is
so
very, very true.
the 9 days till I fly
It
to
is always
Miami.
brings happiness when you have cruise day. Ah,
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
That, like I get like super excited for like cruise days. I'm like, oh my god, I can't wait. What am I gonna do? I like it could be it will be 100 days out. By the time it's like 100 days, I already know the ship inside and out because I've watched so
Right.
many walkthroughs because I get crazy. My wife's like, I can't watch walkthroughs no more. Wait, next walkthrough you watch is when you're on the ship and walking around.
By the time you get there, you'll be a pro. You know exactly where you're going.
Well, I basically know the whole ship because it's very similar to the Venezia, right?
Yeah,
So it's
it's
built
the
the
same
same.
ship.
Obviously there's certain venues a little bit different, but like food areas in different locations. But to me, I still call the Venezia. They say the Venezia in France. Oh yeah, that's that ship class. Technically, I believe the Venezia should be part of the Vista class just because it's built exactly the same. It's the same architect, the whole layout.
Right. It's a nice ship though. I like the area where you have the glass and you can see the casino on the bottom and you have bonsai sushi and Fahrenheit,
Yeah,
piano
yeah,
bar and
yeah,
all
yeah.
of
So
that.
they got the same exact area in the Venezia. That was in Venezia. You had the piano bar, that bar right there that everybody likes. So that's what an A, I forgot what it's called, Amari bar.
Oh, the
So it's like right
okay.
over there.
That's gonna be
Yeah,
nice. So
yeah. It's definitely
M
gonna.
is having go ahead.
I'm also looking forward to guys picking anchor. I want to see how that is. I've heard a
Ooh.
lot of mixed reviews. People say sometimes you go there, it's really good. Sometimes you go there, it sucks.
Are you gonna be having like lunch on sea days or are you gonna be having the dinner?
What, guys?
Hmm.
Well, the guys picking anchor the first day we get there. We're actually going to go straight there because I know Guy's Burger buffet is always the pack. So that's, to me, I feel like that's going to be the best place to go to get a quick lunch.
Okay.
Before I start filming the casino.
That'd
Right?
be nice.
So,
Hey.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. That's why I do it. The minute I go on trip, the first place I film is the casino, because that's the perfect time to do it, because that's when there's nobody there. There's nobody. It's closed. Everything.
That's awesome. You guys are gonna have a great time. Well, Emily said that
Oh
she
yeah,
has
yeah,
2
yeah.
days
We're
off.
definitely gonna have a great time. I just can't wait, and to have some time off. But I gotta make sure I maybe try to. I think why I told you my wife, when we go to Aruba, I want to get those like Aruba hats so I can cover my neck and everything.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I mean, because I remember when we went to Punta Cana last year, my neck got burnt where I had to go to the store to buy a hat. It got burnt on the first day. So after that point, I was in the pool wearing a hat, and there were times I actually had to wear a shirt in the pool because of the sunburn. And I was like, oh my God. That's the only time I ever had to
You
wear a
should
shirt.
take some of that green aloe in a little something, and
Yeah. She bought a bunch of suntan lotion, aloe,
that'll be cool. All right, guys. So let's start our show today. Who else? Anybody in the comments? Hey, Cruise Nuts, how are you? Thank you so much for being here, sir. Give me a second. Let's go ahead and start our show. For today, we're going to start our show with history. So let's go. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back. Now we're going to be starting our port history part. Really quickly, I saw Mr. Frank Wagner come in. Hello, Mr. Frank. Welcome in, and hopefully you're having a lovely Wednesday. Today, we're talking about the Port of Livorno. And it's very interesting what I found on this port. It has a lot of great history, and we're going to start off this information for you guys. So the Port of Livorno is one of the largest Italian seaports and one of the largest seaports in the Mediterranean Sea, with an annual traffic capacity of around 30 million tons of cargo and 700,000 TEUs. The port is also an important employer in the area, with more than 15,000 employees who provide services for more than 7,000 ships every year. The Port of Livorno is also considered a major Italian port along the Tyrrhenian Sea, capable of handling all kinds of vessels. The port mainly serves Tuscany, Umbria, and Marche regions of Italy. The Port of Livorno is situated on the oh my God, these are going to be butchering names, guys. Ligurian Sea. In the northwestern part of Tuscany, the harbor is divided in Porto Vecchio and Porto Novo, which is the new port and the old port, and is composed of 4 main basins. The Port Vecchio, which is the old port, occupies the southern part of the harbor and comprises Port Mediceo, which is the Mediterranean port, which is the old dock, and Nova Darcina, which is the new dock in that area. The Bacino Santo Stefano is the border of the north by the Diga del Masarco, to the west by the Diga Meloria, which is the Meloria breakwater, built in 1900s, which is the straight extension of the 550 meter of the Diga, the Alto Fondale dock of the Dersala Petroli. Well, I feel like if I'm talking in French here, the Sarna which is the Calker dock in the first part of the waterway that brings to the Porto Industrial. The Porto Novo, which is the new port, is situated in the northern sector of the harbor and corresponds to the Porto Industria, which is enclosed. The Tuscany dock, which is the Ingrahimi dock, the Tuscany dock, which is the Ingrahimi dock, and the canal are all in the same area. The Port Vecchio, which is the Vecchia di Serna, which is the old dock, was a small basin besides the Vecchia Fortaleza, with the entrance towards the south repaired by the west side of the Andana. From here, 12 galleys departed on June 8th of 1571 to take part in the Battle of Lepanto. The Vecchia da Sarna is still operating and is used as harbor for fishing boats and patrol vessels. The Port Medesio, which is fortified quadrangular perimeter once towards north, is in the oldest part of the Port Livorno, and it's ordered by Cosimo, who called Bartolomeo in 1572 for the project, but the construction was realized after his Grand Duchy in the following years. Antonio contributed to the project, and the project involved constructions of the wharf, defense wall, and connected the Fortezza Vecchia, which is the old fortress, with the Light of the Patience. The first wharf was also the length of 348 meters and was built under the Ferdandino in the call of Molo. The word andana has, at the time of the meaning vessel moored parallel to the wharf. Until the second wharf perpendicular to it, this wharf was called the Molo Cosimo, or the Andana delle Accorni, for the reason that it was built under Cosimo II. The third was perpendicular extension of the Molo Cosimo, built from the Sasanian reef towards the northwest part of the coastline. The Nova da Serna, which is the other side, was built by Orlando's family in 1866 on the area until the 1558 it was occupied by the next royal ditch. The canal and the place was enlarged and a dock called San Rocco. Just really quickly, guys, to give you a little bit of what this port used to look back in the time that we're talking about. This is what the port used to look like during that time. So the Porto Nuevo, which is the newer port, is the construction of the new port started in 1910 when the new coastal railway line connected the Pisa Rome was open. So then the Pisa Rome was open due to the World War I. The works of the interrupted until the 1922, when a variant of the port plan proposed. It was planned by Cohen regarding the enlargement of the port to the north of Bacchio Santo Stefano, inside the coastline, with series of the canals and docks near the industrial facility. The port was then rebuilt with the severe damage caused by World War II, and the new plan was approved in 1953. It regarded the reconstruction of the quays and the equipments, the construction of the Darcella, and allowed the berthing of the tankers and a new name, Santo Stefano and Molo Italian, 800 meter long and 150 meters wide. The following years, numerous variants of the plans were approved in order to adequate the port's facility and dock. So as you can see, if you were to go to this port, this is where Livorno is, where it's in the red, that's the port. And it's, it's in the Italy area, which is not too far. Well, it's kind of a little bit far from Rome, but Rome is the other port of call. So that's pretty cool, the way that, this port, they built it and everything that went through during that time. One of the cool things that this port has is that they have some lighthouses on there too, which the Livorno lighthouse called the Finale de Pisani, for the reason that it was built by the Pisans in 1303, one project attributed by Giovanni Paisiano, and by the master builder Rocco, were founded engraved on a stone. The lighthouse was built on emerging rocks surrounded by the sea at the south entrance of this harbor. One of the other things that you will also find besides the lighthouse on there is the Diga del Mazorco light, which is the first Diga light was built in 1917. The current sector light is compact with metal structures similar to classic bottle painted in red, placed in a concrete basement. The light is operated by the marina, and it was in with the identification number of 1906 EF, and is fully automated, has a solar power until the three alternating red lights flashing at a 10-second period of focal plan at a 13-meter above sea level. So that's pretty cool. If you think about, everything that was built back in the time, and now how everything is there today. I personally have never been to this port yet. It's going to be a port that I'll be visiting sometime next year. But I figured that, this was some great information to bring out to you guys. So with that being said, let me see who else has come into the chat. Hi, Miss Cheryl from Cruising is Fun. Welcome in. And we're going to start our next segment, which is going to be the news with Keith.
Hello, everybody. So, welcome to the news. It's just not all cruise news. It was a little tough, so I do not have what I normally have. Is a whole big list of news. But let me get to the beginning. First of all, thank you everybody for coming in for Across the Waves, and let's get to news. So, welcome to the Port of Livorno, which is located on the northwestern part of Italy. And today's weather was a high of 71 and a low of 60. And the minimum salary, Italy has no minimum salary. Salary. Almost sound like I said salary, right? So they have no minimum salary, which is, to me, I don't think that's a good thing, because that basically means you can hire people for 5 cents an hour. So that's not, to me, I don't like that. Gas right now over there is $6.74 in euros, which, and this is per gallon, which in the USD, that's $7.29. So they have pretty high gas, almost like double of what you have over here in the United States. Because over here, it's about like where you go around where I'm at. I'm in New York. It's about anywhere between 350 to like 380. Some spots you get 340, but yeah. So that's about it. So today at the cruise port, what we had today was the Zamara Quest, and we had the Zamara Quest, and we had from TUI Cruises Main Shift 2. So it's kind of hard to pronounce. I mean, even though those are cruises, I've heard of them, just never been on them, and I may never get a chance to go on those cruise lines, but you never know. No, okay, so so which one's that? Okay, so you don't put that picture up yet. I was just double checking that. So this is a wild news story. So today, 10 people were arrested, which led to the dismantle of a network dedicated to the exploitation of non-EU citizens, which is non-European citizens. And thanks to, this is the crazy part, thanks to some mercenaries and local citizens in discovering these scams. I mean, that's crazy. There's mercenaries. When I think of mercenaries, I'm thinking people at war. They hire mercenaries to help them with the war, or back in the day, in the medieval times, But I didn't think they just had like mercenaries just sitting in the street to help you. But that's what they have. And on to the next one. You can actually put the first thing up. singer. So a 25-year-old crew member fell off the Vision of the Seas back in September of 2019, and he was a 25-year-old Filipino, and his fall did result in his death. I mean, this is a really, really, really sad case, and I mean, he fell off the cruise ship, and obviously he's a worker, so and the one thing you always want to do when you go to work, you want to be able to get back to your family. And unfortunately, this person was not able to get back to his family. So that's one of the most important things about working, whether you work on a cruise, whatever job you do out there in the world. That's the main thing is you want to go to work, do a good job at work, be safe, and you want to be able to go home every night to your family. And I guess they're on the cruise ship, so you want them to be able after the contract to go home to go see whether it's the kids, the mother, father. So he's a young person with possibly his family is probably just his parents. Yeah. So that's it for the cruise. I mean, that's it for the news today. Like I said, I did not have a lot because everything was in Italian. So I struggled with this one. This was probably the hardest time to actually find news. So I will pass on the next part of the story to.
Okay, guys, so here we go. We're gonna go around the port. I'm gonna give you some information, but there's a picture that I forgot to add on my last one for the history part. And Emily likes lighthouses, so look at this picture, how beautiful it is, where you could see the lighthouse and the sunset in Livorno. So it's really cool to see something like that. So I wanted to share that with you guys before I started my session. So we're gonna go around the port today. And one of the cool things that I found on this area is the port map. So this is you got the Port Industrial, which is right there, which is A, B, and C. And then you got the Port of Mediceo that we were talking about. These are the different sides that you can use depending on the docks, how they dock the ship. You'll be in one side or the other. One thing that I did find out, guys, and there's a lot of information on this port. One of the cool things that I found in this port is that is Florence and Pisa are two of the top destinations close to Livorno. And the main reason why ships call Livorno port when it's a cruise of to the Mediterranean. In fact, many of the cruise lines list the port as Florence, Pisa, Livorno. The overwhelming majority of cruise passengers will explore these jewels of Tuscany when docking for the day. Besides the world's renowned city, you may also explore other treasures of Tuscany, such as Lucca, Siena, San Gimignano, Volterra, or Cinque Terre. These are like some hard words. All these cities are around 30 to 90 minutes away by bus, car, or even a train. You might ask yourself, where is Livorno? Livorno is on the cruise port. Livorno is the third largest port of Italy and the cruise getaway of Tuscany. The port city is on the northwest coast of Italy in the Tyrrhenian Sea, which is part of the Mediterranean. Livorno's port is together with Venice and Civitavecchia, Rome, one of the most visited ports on cruise in Italy. Livorno is also a port of call, meaning the ships visit the port for a day. Very seldom the cruise stays overnight on the port. An average of 700,000 cruise passengers visit Livorno. One of the cool things that if you were to go there, guys, is if you were to go one day and visit Livorno, they actually have the bullet train there. So if you're wanting to do like a bullet train, you can do that from Livorno, and it could take you to different places. And depending on the places that it takes you, they have different schedules of time and different schedules of time. And also, they also have, let me see, this is the station. This is what it looks like inside. And real quick, let me see if I could, and the pricing for these trains, they could run between 30 to 37, I guess, hold on, 30 to 27 euros, I think is what they use over there. So if you go from Pisa, it's a Pisa. If you want to go to Pisa, it's 17 euros, and then $30, 30 euros for Lucca, and 37 for Florence. If that's something that you're trying to do on the train, there are 7 trains departing from Livorno between 8 a.m. and 11 a.m., including weekends. There's also trains or buses to Pisa. So if you want to do a bus to Pisa, that those depart from Pisa Repubblica, which is a 5-minute walk from the cruise port shuttle, and the bus stop on the Pisa Municipio. The bus station in Pisa is a 20-minute walk from major attractions. The train to Pisa departs Livorno every 15 minutes, or it's a 20-minute walk depending. The train to Lucca departs Livorno every 30 minutes, and you will need change the train in Pisa. The railroad station in Lucca is a 15-minute walk. And the train to Siena, if that's where you're planning on visiting, you will need to change the train in Empoli. And the train station in Siena is 2.3 kilometers, which is 1.5 miles uphill from the main attractions. So if this is something, guys, that you're thinking of maybe possibly, checking out or anything like that around the port, then you can probably do it in excursion on your own. Just keep in mind that you're always on ship time, and you don't want to lose that ship or that ship leaving you, one way or another. One of the cool things that I also found, they also have shuttle buses, and they're pretty, inexpensive to travel. I just don't know because I've never been. I'm not sure if anybody here on the live stream have been to this port, and maybe they can give us some more information as to, if it's good to take the bus, how long does the bus take? I don't know that kind of information. And when I was looking at that information, they don't provide, with traffic and all of that, the attractions that they have there. A little bit more about this port is because Florence is the main highlight and the attractions close by. It's 56 miles from the Port of Livorno, taking slightly over 1 hour to get there on a short excursion. Cruise ships usually stay in port as long as 12 hours. This allows cruise passengers to explore most of the highlighted nearby and leisure, and even some attractions on your own. For those that prefer to stay in port, there's plenty of time to explore almost all the attractions in the city of Livorno, although some of them savvy cruisers that have been in Livorno endless times may prefer to stay on board when calling at the Livorno port. A walk around the old city can be a delight, not to be missed. Where is Livorno and the cruise port? Like I said, we talked about that area, and it's right there in Italy, in the part of Italy. You also have on this side, you have taxis. There's car rentals. There's tour services. You could do sightseeing. There's also restroom, and they have free Wi-Fi. The Livorno port is vast with 2 different dock areas and numerous quays that can accommodate up to 11 ships at one time. This is the largest area on the map, which is A and map on the map that I show you. So if I put up the map again for you guys, and we talk a little bit about this as you're looking at the map. So the area A on the map below, with 3 piers on the cruise terminal, cruise passengers are not allowed to walk in port, but they have a shuttle bus in the pier and also taxis. All the cruise terminals in the port industry have the following service and amenities: tourist information, taxi, car rentals, tour services, sightseeing, restroom, and of course, free Wi-Fi. The Port Medesio is used mainly by the small and luxury cruise line. It has two distinct docking spots, one within walking distance of the city center B and on the map below, and in our ships docked in the farthest berth, which is C on the map. There will be a shuttle bus as well. You will only find a few services and amenities at the Port of Medesio. They also have shuttle buses, if that's one of the things that you guys are planning on using. They do have shuttle buses cruising on the small luxury cruise ship, which may dock within walking distance of the city center. The Port Authority provides a shuttle bus for most lines and it's complimentary service, but you may be charged a $5, €5 by some cruise lines. So keep in mind and keep in mind that that might be a thing. One of the cool things that I actually saw in Florence, which is one of these, you could do one of these attractions in Florence. The top attractions to do is the Uffizi Gallery, the Ponte Vecchio Cathedral and Bell Tower, the Baptistery of the St. John, the Piazza della Signora del Palazzo Vecchio, and the Galleria dell'Accademia, and the Michelangelo Davis Palazzo Pitti, Medicine Chapels, and San Mintiano, and more. So this is one of the places you can go in Florence, and this is another one. This is beautiful. When I was looking at all of this, it's a lot of information to put together for one show, guys, but I just wanted to bring you at least some kind of information. If you go to Pisa, which you know in Pisa, you will always find the Leaning Tower there. The top attractions there is the Leaning Tower, the Cathedral, the Baptistery, the Museum of Sinopias, and the Museum of Opera del Duomo. Is one of the things that you will find there. So you have that, and I found a closer picture there, which is amazing. I can't wait. I was doing this, and I was looking forward to actually visiting there next year. One of the other places where you can find is you can go to Lucca, and in Lucca you would find here you go. You would find some of the top attractions like the Cathedral, the Basilica of San Ferdinando, and the Church of Saint Michael, and also the Amphitheater Square, the Piazza of Napoleon, of one of the major different places that you can also find there. So it's just so pretty if you think about all the different places you can go, to visit in this port. This port is pretty big, and you can go like I was reading, you can go like 90 minutes out and go to different areas. They also have the Livorno City highlights, which you can go and see the Duomo, the Via Madonna, and all the different types of museums that they have there. Also, due to the let's say for some of the shore excursion, particularly suitable when it's a guide is required, and to properly explore the cities that can be time consuming to discover on your own with the public transportation. So if I were you, I would try to find maybe an excursion that you can find a really good tour guide that can tour you through all these places, and you can discover places that you might not have known if you do it on your own. Always remember to book a shore excursion and sightseeing services like to Pisa and Florence. And if you're doing it on your own, make sure you always read the public transportation, like trains or bus, taxi, car rental. If you're going by foot, how long is it going to take you, and stuff like that. Always keep in mind, you always have to be, try to be safe on your surroundings. You are traveling outside of the United States, so always keep, safe on there. Another cool stuff when it comes to tours and transfer, all cruise lines offer many diverse shore excursions in Livorno to top destinations and highlights. Celebrity Cruises and Royal Caribbean offer many as 24 shore excursions. Carnival lists 12 shore excursions. New Regents Cruise Line has available 25 shore excursions. Oceania Cruises have 67 shore excursions. And Princess has 48 shore excursions available. If you're looking to explore on your own, you can always check Viator, Short Trips, Shore Excursion Group, Tours by Locals, Ventures Ashore, or Private Short Trips. These are different companies that you guys can use if you're looking into doing something on your own. If you're sightseeing in Livorno, exploring the city center on your own is easy, and being absolutely physical, undemanding since 2009. Sightseeing buses operate in Livorno and tour the city with multilingual audio guides. So if that's something that you're wanting to do, you can always, you can hear it in your own language and you can understand where you're going and all of that. So hopefully, guys, you guys enjoy this around the port today with me. And as much as I enjoy it, to bring you that information out to you. So I'm going to pass you over to Keith. He's going to bring you some short excursions around the Port of Livorno.
Oh, I think that's the first time I saw it because that I think that intro is a little different than last week's. So yeah, so let's get to the first part. Can you can put up the first picture if you want. So this is uh Volterra and San Gimignano, a taste of medieval Tuscany. That was very hard to pronounce. So this is it's a pricey one. This is really good if you're actually going there maybe like the day before. So if you're over there and you're gonna leave from that area on a cruise, this is not good if you're going there. If you're on a cruise and this is your stop. So because this is a very very long tour, it's a 9-hour tour. Um, it's for a group, so it's a group up to 8 people, and it costs a little bit less than $900. So you figure it's about maybe $100 and like 100 like 10-15 hours per person. So if you have 8 people, and here's the overview. So basically, you're gonna see Pisa and Florence, which is an amazing tour. It's something different, a bit more off the beaten track, especially Volterra. It's a delight to discover the hearth of Tuscany with these two villages. I mean, you can have a great experience. You will get picked up by a Mercedes van, which obviously is an expensive van. Obviously, if that was in the United States, so over there, they have a lot more Mercedes over there because I think the Mercedes are actually built in Italy. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not a car junkie, but yeah. So you can have a good time. You can have a driver, obviously. You have a vehicle that has air conditioning, lunch, gratitudes, water, stop to go to the bathroom and stuff, and all that. So this is a really, really good tour if you want to see some medieval buildings, and especially from the looks of that first photo. From this photo, you see you got like an old church. I mean, that's the one thing I do like about this area from doing my research is that you're gonna get to see a lot more like medieval places, some fancy design, a lot of these places. Okay, you can put up the next one. So this is the Livorno Food and Market Tour. So this costs $88 per person. All right, and this is it's a 3-hour tour. So this is good especially if this is a stop on your cruise. But always remember, all these things that I am telling you is not what the cruise line is going to offer. So I don't have this what the cruise line is offer. The only time I can show you what the cruise line is offer is if I'm booked on that cruise. So the overview is basically you're going to get a private tour, which makes an engaging way to discover. You're going to learn all about Livorno's history, food culture from your guide. You're going to enjoy numerous samples of local dishes, snacks, drinks, and then you will get picked up at the port. So which is a really good thing. I mean, you're going to try some wine, coffees, and a lot of these dishes that are like Italian dishes, and you're also gonna try some Italian donuts, which obviously the only donuts that I've ever had are American. So this is a really really good tour, especially if you're like a food junkie. So this is definitely something that you may want to consider. Now this next one is, I believe, you can put the next picture. This photo it's gorgeous. Look at this. I mean, you're actually in wine country. So on this tour, you are gonna go and see. I'll see. You're gonna go to a winery. You're gonna drink some wine. So that is something that you may want to consider. And this tour it varies by the group. So the price is not exactly accurate, but it says for the groups. It's not saying what size the group is. So I'm assuming we're the big size group. It's $650 for the group. It's a 9-hour tour, and let's get to this. So basically, you actually get picked up and dropped off at the port, or obviously if you have a hotel over there, and you're gonna go there. You're gonna get a tour of the wine. You drink some wine. You're gonna have wine, light lunch in the Tuscany countryside, and where is it? You're gonna enjoy this forgettable high-level excursion, which makes memorable of the landmarks, they exploring landscapes, Arctic small towns, Tuscany over. You'll go to Siena, San Gimignano, which I'm still trying to pronounce it, but I think I got better with this time. So this is a really good tour because you're going to do a lot of sightseeing, drink some wine, obviously. They'll probably give you cheese, crackers, all that stuff that goes with all the wine. So this is something that's really good. And the pickup port is right at the cruise port. So this is a really, really good tour to actually go to. Let's get up. Let me just get this off for everybody. And then you could put up the next one. Let me just put up the next photo real quick. Okay, so this tour is actually the Cinque, Terre with Bernanza, Manarola, and Corniglia from Livorno cruise port. Oh man, wow! I should instead of taking Spanish as a kid, I should have taken Italian. Maybe I would learn how to say these words better. So you're gonna see the iconic hillside villages of Cinque Terre on a tour that takes you right to the heart of the colorful region. You're going to travel on the winding coastal road and discover unique atmosphere of Bonanza, Manarola, and Conoga, with views all along the coastline and out towards the Mediterranean Sea. Learn about the rich history and the fishing and the winemaking cultures as you journey from town to town. So this is a really, really good tour, obviously, but you have to go with a large group. Like a lot of these tours, a lot of these excursions I found have to do with large groups. And this is, it's a pricey one. It's like $981, but if you go with a large group, it can only maybe run everybody like about $100 per person. So you got to think about like stuff like that. And it's a 9-hour tour, so it really, for the price that you're paying for 9 hours, it's not a bad price, because you're doing it for 9 hours, So this is something, and the sites that they have. I mean, this is just looking. It's a beautiful hillside town, so you're definitely going to be able to see like, oh, you know, you know. Oh, sorry. Just I guess start first. You're definitely gonna be able to see how the people live, especially on a town like that, because that's one thing you will not see in the United States is you're not gonna see a town like that where like you see a lot of towns in Italy, they're always like on the mountains, hillside over like the oceans and all that. Okay, so you can put up the next one. I mean, this is a gorgeous picture of a church. I mean, this is a private tour to Siena and San Gimignano from Livorno cruise port. So, and this one says it sells out a lot, and this is about like $600 for the group, right? And on this, you're going to visit 2 of the wonderful Italian towns with local experienced driver guide who will be at your entire disposition during the duration of the tour. Siena is the biggest and most known hill town of Tuscany that is rich in history and culture, and it's been around for centuries and attracting many tourists. And yeah, and it's also known for its beautiful sights, offers great tour. San Gimignano is known for its beautiful towers, these towns are built around the 12th and 13th century. So So you see, like the architect is totally different back then. I mean, and these buildings are still standing. And this is an 8-hour tour, so this is something that a lot of people will be interested in it. But you got to be able to go to Italy with a group in order to get these big tours. If you're looking for like a big tour like this, but this is like I said, all these tours are good if you do like the day before the cruise. Okay, so you can put up the next one, and this is the Pisa and Florence from Livorno Cruise Port. And as you see, this is the tower that's like a little sideways. That thing, I call it. I mean, every time I look at it, I'm waiting for it to fall down. But obviously, that's the way it was built, so it's probably never gonna fall down. So, and this one, a group of 8 people for about 800. So it's about $100 per person, as long as you get a group of 8. So try to get like the most you can get from all the groups, because it'll be cheaper for everybody. And so over here, you're going to save time with transportation from Livorno and explore Pisa and Florence. And you can stop at the Piazza Michelangelo, see and overlook the views of Florence. You're going to get a driving tour of Pisa and free time to visit the Leaning Tower. And they are going to pick you up from your cruise port there and back. So, I mean, if you want to go inside the tower, I don't know how I would feel walking into a tower that feels like it's going to fall down. Am I going to feel like that I am going to fall down that the whole tower is going to go down? So this is something that, obviously, if I ever go there, I would definitely want to actually be there. So think about it. You could come back in. So if you want to talk about the Leaning Tower, I mean,
this was interesting.
I mean, the thing about that Leaning Tower is like I look at it, and of course you're gonna work in it, and and I don't know if it's like, I know it's like this, but is the floor inside level, or is it also like that?
I have no idea. I'll probably let you know sometime next year.
I would think like the floors inside are actually leveled, because
Probably, yeah.
Because you gotta remember, they're not gonna let people go in there if it's dangerous.
Yeah, I know that they, if I'm not mistaken, I think I read it somewhere a while back that they actually did some repairs on it not so long ago. So look at She says where they're holding the tower up. That's really cute.
Well, it is. If you twist that picture around and you can put it like this,
That is
true. Like I could literally just go like this right now, and, put myself with that towel, just flip the picture around, and it'll look like I'm holding up the towel.
Yeah, that'll be really cute. There's a lot of different pictures that people have gone and done there. It's like, if you look at it, there's like crazy pictures.
Like, for example, a monument that things have changed. Like over here in New York, when I was a kid, I went inside the crown of the Statue of Liberty. Now they don't even let you go up there.
Really? Oh wow!
Yeah.
I did not know.
Yeah. So, I mean, the one thing I remember about being inside the Statue of Liberty, going to the crown, I remember as a kid how hot it is inside that thing.
I bet.
Oh yeah.
I bet. So yeah, guys. Hopefully you guys like this. It was a little hard today. I'll be honest.
Yeah, this was. I mean, I'm still starting to get better. Trying to figure out like how many excursions should I do. And also, I think I'm going to just leave it with, because remember, as I'm doing them, and a lot of people don't notice that, you see me after once you get the first 3 pictures of the excursions, I'm not, while I'm talking, I'm trying to put the other pictures up.
Right. That's the behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, so a lot of people don't know that. So if you ever see that I'm talking about something.
We just make it look so easy. We just make it look like it's a breeze.
I get sidetracked. I don't get sidetracked. I'm just trying to put it up there so I could get it all up there for you.
Yeah, see, her cousin is in Rome, that she can definitely ask about the repairs. You can ask him, but I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that not so long ago I read somewhere where they had done some type of repairs. I don't know what repairs.
Does Emily not have a cousin in the country?
I know she has cousins all over the place. That's what's cool about it.
Every time we talk about a country,
I think she's going to some wedding, right? She's going to some wedding.
I think in the Bahamas. or
Yeah,
Italy.
somewhere she's going.
Yeah, I think it was one of.
Oh, thank you, Miss Nancy.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, phew.
There was an
But
elevator on the top of
so
the Was there an elevator on the top of the Statue of Liberty? I
no, no,
No, I think you
no.
go
You walk
you
up.
right, you walk up all the way up there.
Yeah, I mean, last time I've been there was what am I 41? I
So
have
wait
to
a
be
minute.
maybe
So there's
7,
no
8 years
elevator that
old.
brings you from the
So
bottom all the way to the top?
when I went, there was no
Mhm.
elevator. You walked in, you walked up the stairs.
Oh,
It was a school trip. You remember back things were different, like back in the early '90s.
Oh
Late
my
'80s, early
God.
'90s.
So
You
I
know.
have to ask, so
Just,
how many
um,
steps is to get up there?
I don't. I know there's different floors. So, but I do know if you go to the top, you can actually see out. And I remember it being so hot. But I remember as soon as you got out, because we were kids, you could just run around that little island where the Statue of Liberty is.
All right, so I do have the info. So it's 354 steps to reach the crown and 192 steps in order to reach the top of the pedestal. There are 25 windows in the crown, which symbolizes 25 gemstones found on the earth. The 7 rays of the statue crown represent the 7 seas of the continent of the world. There you guys have it.
Well,
That's a lot of steps. That's
yeah,
a workout.
and my mother says that there was no elevator.
Wow.
I'll
That's
be honest.
crazy.
I know I was a little kid, right, doing that trip, but imagine being the teacher must be dying walking up that thing. And I would be like, they send me on a school trip to the Statue of Liberty. Oh my God, it's gonna be so hot.
Well, look, she said, according to Em, she said that she herself is in Paris, French, but she met this Canadian and now they live in Rome with their 2 boys. Look at Miss Nancy says, I could not walk it now.
Walking now, you couldn't even get up 10 steps. Wow.
Oh, her mom and dad, aka my aunt and uncle, live nearby. Oh, that's awesome. That's pretty cool, Em.
So what port are we doing next week?
Next week, hold on, I have it here. Next week we are in the port. Hold on.
Is that Boston or? I don't know.
Hold on. Give me one quick second. Next week. These are the things I should have written
Everybody
down.
knows we are going to venture off into other parts of the world soon.
I know we are, because it's gonna be crazy, the things that we're gonna go. Okay, so on the 22nd, is it?
Yeah.
On the 22nd, we're going to the Port of London.
London.
And then after that, it's gonna be Carnival Horizon.
Yep. And then I know eventually after that we're gonna go to Australia and Asia.
After that, Asia. Let me see. So you are on the 29th. Then we're gonna go to Ketchikan, Alaska. We're gonna have a guest on that one.
Okay.
For Ketchikan. Then after that, we're gonna be going to Australia. We're gonna be going to Tokyo, Juneau, and the Port of Boston. So we're gonna be
all the way over there and we make our way back over here.
So it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
It definitely is. I hope I will have the same issue I had with especially in Tokyo with I had it with over here with Italian.
Probably.
I mean,
I don't know how we're gonna do it, but we're gonna figure it out.
I'm just hoping I will go to a website and it's like all, the whole Asian language. I'll be like,
right.
That looks like a house. That looks like a.
I know, right? I tell you, it was a little hard, trying to figure out these words, and I'm like, Lord help me, but we made it through. So that's the more important part. Yeah. I don't speak the language.
Half the time I'm saying these words, my wife wants to correct me. She's Italian, so she'll know how to say it better than me.
See, we could have had her here on the live stream. She could have helped us out.
Oh, see, I would feel like I'm in school.
Hey, it's always good to learn something new. It's
Oh
always
yeah,
good
definitely, definitely, definitely. You
especially
know.
if you have somebody that really knows the language and can pronounce the words the right
Well,
way. Because I know I
well,
butcher half of them.
I mean, she does know like the Italian language, but you also gotta remember like the language in like Italy compared to Sicily, you
Hmm.
get different dialects. You know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's also, but because she knows how to speak the Sicilian, the minute she sees the word, she'll know how to pronounce it the right way.
Got it. Okay.
You know.
So, do you have any announcements other than your cruise coming up?
So cruise coming up. I have my live this Friday at 7. Then and then after that, the following 2 Fridays, my live will be canceled because obviously I have to travel that Friday and the following one I'm on the cruise. I will. We will answer my wife means by that. So basically, she's like, "What level are you off for the cruise?" Meaning that, like, how crazy I am about the cruise. Yeah, I'm like a level 10. She'll ask me like, "Are you a 9 yet? 10?" And actually, that's Sunday. I'm gonna do a live on the cruise. So the first Sunday I'm on the
Okay.
cruise, I will be doing a live. Probably, I have it pre-done for like 12 o'clock, but I think I'm gonna change that to 1, be-
Okay.
because only because I'll be honest, I have no clue what time it's gonna be on the ship. Because I know I checked all the countries; they're all the same time as over here. But I know sometimes when the cruises go to the Caribbean or Caribbean, however you say it, they like to change it by like 1 hour. You know,
Okay.
so because
Look, I think it's your mother-in-law. She says you're 10 plus.
yeah,
But
yep, and
yeah, it's
she put it
I
in
know.
Italian.
I know. I tell you something. I'm calm now, but I'm really looking forward to my Europe cruise next year.
Oh yeah,
I've
yeah.
never been that way, and I'm already thinking, all the things that I want to do vlog wise and live streams and all of
Well,
that.
well, that's the thing. Like I was telling people earlier, I was saying like if you like to record or you like to walk through of a cruise ship, the best time to do like the casino and all the specialty restaurants is as soon as you walk onto the ship. Because the
Right.
specialty restaurants, there's nobody in there; they're all empty, and the casino, there's nobody in there except for people just walking around, and they want to see which machine that they want to sit at, and sit there and wait, and while they have all their food from the buffet. I have seen it done millions of times on cruises, where I'm walking through the casino and I see people sitting there with a whole plate of food that they grab from the buffet because like that's my machine.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Oh no, it's true. They're crazy like that.
Well, my next cruise is going to be Utopia of the Seas, July 15th. So I will be on the cruise 4 days before the actual first sailing. So that's going
Oh,
to be
that's
a lot of
awesome.
fun.
That's good. That's
I'm
good.
looking, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Guys, really quickly, I'm going to play this video intro for you guys.
Good evening, everyone. We've got a very special announcement to make today. From Sunday, April 20th to Sunday, April 27th of 2025, we'll be hosting our first ever Traveling with Tinkerbell group cruise on none other than the Carnival Celebration. The itinerary is simple. We'll be departing from the Port of Miami in Florida on the 20th. Our first day will be a simple day at sea where you can explore the boat and check out what's on board. Try some of the food at the buffet, or grab a Guy Fieri burger by the pool and relax. Following that, we'll be stopping at Amber Cove in Dominican Republic, then San Juan in Puerto Rico, and lastly St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands before 2 more sea days to take us back to port. If you're interested in joining us, you can book now at jagonzalez at expediacruises.com. The phone number is 813-608-2935, and the website link will be in the description below. We hope to see you on board when the time comes.
Well, there you guys have it. So we have a group cruise coming up in Carnival Celebration. If you wish to come on that cruise, let me
And,
know.
and the celebration is a good ship.
It
I
is a
will,
very nice ship. It's
I will be
very
on
big.
that ship at the end of the year. So, and I can't wait to take it. On that one, I have an aft view extended balcony room.
Oh,
So,
nice.
so that one I'm gonna have like the perfect. So that one I'm actually gonna bring my full tripod with
Hmm.
me because I want to actually get some good views. I want to do some cruise news from my balcony.
Yeah, that's the best
Yeah,
balcony.
yeah.
That
That's
is the best balcony to do all of that. I
yeah.
do have something that I'm going to tell you guys. I know that there's only about a few people here right now, but just because you guys are a few people, I'm going to give you a little inside. Whenever you're traveling on any of the Oasis class ship, whether Harmony, Utopia, Oasis, Allure, Wonder of the Seas, any of those Oasis class ship, on your embarkation day, guys, check out the Solarium Bistro, because you know how their buffet area is super crowded all the time. Well, the Solarium Bistro is not super crowded all the time like that, and you actually can possibly have lobster, shrimp, and all the crazy stuff that you don't find at the buffet. You can have it on the Solarium Bistro. I found that out because I actually watch a channel, and they've been on different types because they've been checking it out. They've been studying, and everyone that they have hit it. So I just wanted to give you that information because I thought it was really cool to have. So if you're traveling on one of those Oasis class, instead of going to the buffet area, then you can check out the Solarium Bistro and have a great meal without having all that craziness around you.
That's definitely a good thing, especially
Yeah.
if you like seafood.
I know. And then you could also have breakfast at Johnny Rockets for free every day. It's complimentary for breakfast on those ships.
See, well, that's the one thing I saw like with the Horizon. They guys pick an anchor. They got breakfast.
Mhm. Yep.
A lot of people then
That's where you're gonna be, right?
well, I do plan on going. That's why I'm gonna have lunch on the first day because
Okay.
I want to try their barbecue because notice over here so I can't find a barbecue place that's close enough.
Yeah.
So when I get the chance to get barbecue food, I have to get it. Yeah, I'm
All
not gonna.
right.
I'm gonna have it one day for lunch, and then at some point during the cruise, we are gonna go there for dinner at one time.
Yeah.
And then obviously all the other food. But I don't plan on going to too many more other specialty restaurants. And we usually do like the hibachi, but my wife doesn't want to do it this time. So because she's worried about like all the salt intake.
Right.
Because that's the one thing about cruises is that you gotta watch what you eat because you'll eat a lot of salt.
Yeah. Look, my husband says we'll try next time. Oh, when we go on Utopia, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna see if it's
Yeah.
true. So,
I
all
mean,
righty, guys.
the one thing that I'm gonna be trying to do is like after this carnival celebration, I'm gonna
Mhm.
try to do NCL next year possibly,
Okay.
and then maybe in the beginning of the year, and then maybe the cruise after that one. I'm not sure if it be that year or the beginning of the following year. I want to do an Alaska.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, and then in 2027, I want to go on the inaugural cruise for Carnival.
Maybe we'll plan something for Alaska for 2026 because that's the year I want to do Alaska. So
Yeah.
if you're planning on 2026, maybe we could plan something together and we can go over there Alaska and have a good time.
Only thing is, if you go to Alaska, you gotta be able to walk around.
I
You know,
know.
that's the one thing about Alaskan cruises. It's not good for people with mobility issues.
Right.
You know.
But they have everything kind of like, there for everybody. So they have
Oh yeah,
ramps and
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like
They do. I mean, I remember I watched the Ship Life, and he took the helicopter to the top of the
that. I
mountain.
know.
But don't get me wrong, I wouldn't mind taking the helicopter to the top of the mountain, but please take me back down the mountain with the helicopter. I'm not gonna go on like the dogs and have them slay me down the whole mountain. Oh, forget about
Oh my God.
it. Yeah.
All right, guys. So we're 4 minutes past our hour here. So I'm going to let you guys go.
Yep. We will
Have
see
a
you.
great rest of your day and your rest of your week. And we will see you back next week to the Port
Definitely.
of London.
See you all next week, and please enjoy the rest of your week.
I
I
know.
know I'm going to enjoy it, but this next 10 days is going to feel like 10 years.
It's gonna go
It's
fast.
coming.
It's gonna
You
go
know?
fast.
Oh yeah. As quickly as it came, it'll be gone like that.
I know. Just that's what I'm saying. Enjoy these next 10 days.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys. I love you guys all to the moon and back. See you guys on the next one on the
Good
Port
night.
of London.
See you next
Toodles.
week.
Bye
Ciao.
bye.